like the timing, you're like, oh, let me check the peanut butter. Oh, I'm using it like right now. No salmonella here, please. Vlog, and welcome to this week's weekly vlog. If I'm being honest, I'm kind of in a mood. I'm feeling very behind and very sluggish personally, but of course it just seems like anytime you are online or in my chatting with people, there's always talk about what horrific thing has happened in this wonderful country. And so today was talk about the elementary school shooting in Texas, and that's kind of just you know, put a sour mood in the air, as well as just the constant battle of abortion rights and lack of baby formula. Like, I just feel like, you know, all of the things that are going on right now are just terrible. Yeah, so it's kind of just been damp. But on a brighter note, I am doing something that's part of what I consider like my pillars. There are these things that I want to like focus my time and energy on in my life. So environmentalism and local politics and local activism is something that I really want to, you know, put some effort into. So 2 vlogs ago, I did a kayak cleanup on Lake Union, and the same people that did that are hosting a monthly meeting about different waterwork projects, environmental projects, news. You know, I'm not sure what all they're going to cover, and that's exciting to be able to go and just kind of be with locals involved in something that I would like to dedicate more time and interest in. And it's at a brewery, which is the most Seattle thing, like, hey, come to this brewery, have a brewski, and we'll talk about, you know, waterways and the environment and keeping our city clean. Like, it's the most Seattle thing ever, and that warms my heart. So I'll be bringing Brittany along. I invited her. She said she wanted to come. So yeah, I'm trying to, I know once I get there, once I have a nice beer and just start chatting up with Brittany and then the meeting commences, I'll be a little higher of spirits. But yes, so off to Capitol Hill, yeah, for this meeting. I'm really excited.
Do allow certain animals to crawl in there and get some protection, but there's really no food. These are some leftover wasted barnacle remains. They don't last very long on there because barnacles are going to burrow into the rubber.
To the ends of the earth, would you follow me?
Good morning vlog. Last week was kind of a trying to get a lot of things done type of a week, so nothing really exciting happened. I did on Friday go to the Lord Huron. I want to say like heron, like the bird, but it's like the lake. I did go to the Lord Huron concert, which was pure magic. We went to an outdoor concert venue in Redmond, in Marymoor Park. It's actually the same park that I went to the drive-in a couple of vlogs ago. Beautiful area. Went and got some, I guess it's like dim sum type of dinner beforehand, which was super delicious. But except that, I had a pretty quiet Memorial Day weekend. It was the second wettest Memorial Day weekend in like Washington history. A lot of my friends were out of town as well. So there wasn't, you know, it was nice to kind of just chill and relax. June looks to be quite busy for me, so I don't mind, especially when the weather wasn't too inviting. I did get to see some family, which was nice, but pretty much hung around, played lots of DVD, and tried to complete more of my tasks. So this morning I woke up and went to the gym, which was very, very nice. But I need to go downtown and do some errands, so I have my sunscreen on. And I'm excited to walk around downtown, do some shopping, and I don't know, just see how pretty downtown is. It's actually a really nice sunny day out today, so hell yeah. I know it's June, but I'm like not ready for it to be the hot season. I'm just not ready to sweat in my own home. I'm glad to be doing the carpet cleaning. I did the dining room area a day or two ago, and it's just so gross how much stuff comes out of your carpet, like the amount of just dirt and ick. So it does feel good to get a couple layers of that off. I probably clean my carpets once a season, so maybe like 4 times a year. And yeah, it's a big help. The carpet feels better, you know. We are planning to move in a couple months and hoping to get something that has hardwood floor. I think that would help our allergies. But yeah, I was sweating while doing that. I'm sweating right here. I brought out my fan. It's the first time of the year bringing out the fan. We have been sleeping with the box fan in the window. I feel like it's kind of public knowledge now, but for those who don't know, most places in Seattle and the Pacific Northwest don't have air conditioning because it didn't used to get this unruly hot. Oh my god, Diana, you child, it is 64 degrees. I do know that my apartment does trap heat because whenever we go up, I have to have my windows open to not trap heat. Last week it was super rainy and the second rainiest Memorial Day weekend in Seattle and in Washington in several decades. So we had a quiet Memorial Day weekend. I am personally here for a lot of this cold and rain. I feel that last year we had such a very dry and hot and bright spring that when summer came around, we didn't really the rainforest and the forest itself weren't hydrated with rain, and that's where we kind of got fucked over with forest fires, heat waves. So I'm hoping that with a lot of water like in the ground that we will have a less explosive hot season in July and August. Who knows? I'm not no weather scientist or whatever. I've also heard that with global warming it will kind of teeter back and forth to having extreme heat 1 or 2 years and then extreme cold 1 or 2 years. The Science on Tap was so inspiring. There was a lot of talk about the importance of transitioning to more public transit. Lots of fascinating things about tire runoff. There's a chemical in tire that when it rains, it goes into the rivers and it's very deadly to salmon. There was also a man that spoke about how in the 70s, the 80s, 50 years ago, they needed to create some artificial reefs, and so they just like tied a bunch of tires together and put them at the bottom of the ocean. And the way that tires are so flat, they're not really porous or you know, organic in a certain way, that animals don't use them for reefs, for protection, for mating, for growing families, for homes. So they're just a whole bunch of like tire litter at the bottom. And of course those are leaching unpleasant chemicals because tires have chemicals in them to prevent them from cracking. But I found the whole experience so inspiring. I definitely want to become much more active in terms of environmentalism and climate help, and there's just like so much political stuff going on right now. I want to look into the new mayor of Seattle is kind of doing homelessness is a big problem that he's trying to tackle, which I do think is important, but a part of me is concerned that it will be a not very humane way. The idea that being poor or down on your luck or battling addiction is a crime is not something that I align with. Homelessness is also something, especially since I think I've touched about this on other videos, is so visible in my life in a city like Seattle. Something I want to do a lot more research on, so I'm curious to look into his plan. He has a website where you can track encampments and report areas, but again, I know there are more permanent housing solutions for people like this. I just don't know if there are enough, and if it is mostly about cleaning the streets and not helping people. Who knows? That's why I need to look into it more. But I went downtown and I went to Pine and 3rd and Pike and 3rd. That street, it has like the infamous like McStabbies, and it's where a bunch of the buses go through. So a lot of people using public transit have to walk on this area, but there's also usually a lot of people up the street, and it's usually pretty dirty and rambunctious, and that McDonald's McStabbies is called that because it's infamous for having a lot of violence and stabbings in front of it. I read somewhere that they were closing it down because people didn't want to work there for safety issues, but when I was there last week it was still open. But I bring this up because it was so clean and it was so empty. There was only a couple people there in line for the McDonald's and waiting for the bus, or just kind of having a smoke or something. Like very calm, chill. You know, usually I try not to walk down that street if I can help it, because I just don't want to get hollered at. You have to wave through a bunch of people, you know. And again, I'm sympathetic to those people that hang out there, but I wonder where they went. And I hope they went somewhere nice. And it was nice to have like a nice clean street without like negative rambunctiousness. I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about being more politically active. So I've been staring at this delicious salad that I've been addicted to for like the past 5-10 minutes or however long I've been chatting with you. This is a Pinterest recipe. I'll link it below. It has been like a favorite of mine. I probably make this once a week at least. I've really been enjoying salads.
Professor Greg Colburn quite literally wrote the book on homelessness with fellow data scientist Clayton Alder, and says their research, which shows King County with one of the highest rates of homelessness per capita in the nation, draws a conclusion.
We have to keep our eye on that supply ball because we can only allocate people to units if those units are exist and are available.
Low, medium, high?
Hi.
Okay. Much better.
You do want it to be pretty thick. Excellent. You would not believe how long I had to wait for that to boil the last time I did this. Putting this on YouTube. There.
So we did 1 part honey liqueur, 1 part whiskey. Probably could have done a little bit more with the whiskey, but we were so afraid because the whiskey was just so strong. But that's good. Gotta move the protein. Oh my God. Ooh. I still have that Aglanico. I don't think anybody's gonna like that one. Riesling. Oh, I have a red. I have some reds back there. Okay. I have one cab left. I'm gonna need a chair. Wait. I can't believe I am almost out of, I don't know, I guess technically this is my last bottle of going out and bringing wine. The rest of the ones that I have are Rieslings. The next time I make like a spicy Asian dish, I want to pop open one of those Rieslings because those are apparently really good pairings. Kind of cute, kind of sad. This is the last bottle of my wedding wine. You had to, you know, purchase X amount of bottles of wine for the wedding. And since it was so hot, I got married on the heat wave that happened in Washington. And since it was so hot, no one wanted to drink red wine. So I had purposefully ordered more red wine because that's what my friends really drink. My wine drinker friends, they drink red wine. So that was my foolishness. So we had like 12 or 15 bottles of red wine and I've just been bringing them to parties. We've made pasta red wine reduction sauces with them. So yeah, this is the last bottle. Terra Blanco, Cabernet. So that just means that I have to pick up some wine the next time I'm at a store too, because it's really nice to just have some bottles of wine for when people come over or when you go to somebody's house. I'm really trying to get in the habit of bringing something. I'm gonna do some touching up and then I'm gonna head to happy hour.
Walks and
I'm like running in the morning every morning.
I saw that. You're like stocking care. I'm like, since when do you go to bed? 8:30 in the morning? You should like go like this and you're like on Zoom at 9, sleeping till 6 in the morning.
So I run in the morning, yeah.
Great run. You don't
Yes,
even run.
No, I run now.
You don't even run.
You don't run.
Yes, no, I do run. I run.
Ooh.
Messing it up real bad.
No, it's so beautiful. Thank you. Hello.